problem is to write a Python program to compute a power of a number. Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to WsCube Tech. My name is Ayushi Jain, and in this video we will learn how to write a program that will allow us to compute a power of a number. So suppose if we have given a base number and we have given an exponent number, how we will find a power of a number in Python, we need to see that in this program. We will be seeing that in this video. This could be obtained in our Python by 4 methods. Our first method would be while using the while loop. Second method would be with using the for loop. Third method would be using the power function, and our fourth method would be by using our exponentiation operator. So we'll be looking at all the 4 methods one by one. First of all, let's talk about how we will be doing it with the while loop. For using the while loop, first of all, we need a base number and we need an exponent number. So we will be asking for a base number, that base is equals to, we'll be asking in integers that input, enter a base number here. And for the exponent, we will be writing int, input, enter, exponent here. Once we have written the exponent and the base number, now how while loop will work. Right now our exponent is what? Let's say the base number is 2 and the exponent is 3. So till our exponent is not equal to 0, we need to iterate. So we will be writing while exponent is not equal to 0. While our exponent is not equal to 0, till then we need to iterate. And what do we need to iterate is very simple. We need to multiply the result. We will be creating a variable called as result, whose value will be equal to 1. Why we are putting it 1 and not 0? Because if we will write 0 over here and if we will multiply any number with this result, that number will also become 0. That's why we will be writing 1 over here. So what we will be doing, while the exponent is not equal to 0, our result would be equal to result multiply by base number. That means result is, let's say, 1. The base number is, let's say, 2. So while the exponent is not equal to 0, result will be multiplied by 2. That means 1 will be multiplied by 2. Now the result will be equal to 2. Again the iteration will happen, and again this number 4 will be multiplied by 2, which will give us 8. And how the exponent will become 0 over here is very simple, that after every iteration we will be removing 1 from here. So exponent minus is equal to 1. Minus is equal to means exponent is equals to exponent minus 1. From exponent we will every time reduce minus 1. We will suppose the exponent is 3. So after first iteration it will become 2. After second iteration it will become 1, and after third iteration it will become 0. And then our condition will be satisfied over here, that while exponent is not equal to 0, while exponent is not equal to 0, till that condition it will iterate. For example, even if I write this logic over here, let's say our base number is 4 and our exponent is equal to 3. Okay. Now what do we need to iterate is that while we have given the condition while 3 is not equal to 0. Okay. That means this exponent is not equal to 0. Till that condition, what we need to do, we have created a variable called as result. So I'm just writing res as of now. So result will be equal to, result's value is 1. So 1 multiply by 4, and from the exponent 1 will be reduced. So exponent is 3. So 3 is equals to 3 minus 1. So now this 3 will become what? So let's write it as exponent. So exponent will be 3 minus 1. So after this iteration, what would happen? This 3 will become 2. Okay, the exponent will become 2. So while exponent is not equal to 0, again now result is what? Result's value is 4. So 4, that means results value is what? 4. 4 multiplied by 4, and exponent this time from 2 we will subtract 1. So exp will become 2 minus 1. That would be again 1. And again the iteration will happen, and again here instead of 3 it would be 1. And while 1 is not equal to 0, now 4 times 4 is 8. So instead of 1, there would be 8 multiplied by 4. And instead of 3, here it would be 1. So 1 minus 1 will become 0. And the condition will not satisfy now. So 8 times 4 would be 32. And we will get the output and result as 32. And we will get that base is 4 and exponent is 3. And the result over here would be 32. In this way, we will get the result. Now, let's write this over here. Now, let's run this over here. Before running, we need to also write down the result. So, let's print it as well. So, print the power or the computed value is, and we will be writing, comma, result. Let's run and see what output we will get. So, once I run it, here it's asking me for a base number. So, base is 4. and its power is, let's say, 3. So output should be 32 according to the logic that we have used, and it's 64. So 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64, which is correct. We actually calculated it wrong. In over here, instead of multiplying 4 times 4 as 16, I multiplied 4 times 2. That would be 8. So it should be 16 over here and not 4. So yeah, 16 times 4 is 64. That means the output over here should also be 64. But the logic is still the same, okay? So this was our first method with using the while loop, where we have created base, we have created the exponent, the result is 1. While exponent is not equal to 0, we need to multiply this result with our base number, and every time from our exponent one number will be reduced. Once it will become 0, the while loop will stop, and here we will get the output. This was our solution number 1. Now let's move ahead to our solution number 2, that is using the for loop. For for loop, again we need the exponent and the base number. So I'll just copy this data from here and I'll just paste it here. Let's just comment it. For that I'll be removing the comments. Once I have removed the comments, again I'll be creating a variable called as result. Result's value is 1. Now I'll be using a for loop, that for I in range. Now every time we will be iterating inside the exponent. Suppose exponent is, let's say, 3. So it will be 3, then 2, then 1, and then 0. So it would go in this way. So exponent, whatever the exponent is, we'll be putting that as a starting value. Ending value would be 0. And because we are going 3, suppose it's 3. So we'll be going 3, 2, 1, and then 0. So for that we will be writing -1 as the step in between. And every time to the result, the base number will be multiplied. So result is equals to result multiplied by base number. Once we are done with this, we will again write the print statement, and we will write that the computed value is, comma, result. Let's run and see what output we will get. So again, I'll be using the same number for the base and the power. So base number is 4 and the power is 3. I should get the output 64 and the output is 64. So how it is working, let me explain it to you again. So here, suppose if our exponent is 3. So the starting value over here would be 3, then 2, then 1, and on 0 it would stop over here. That means on 1 only it would stop. 0 means, suppose if I would have written 1 over here, it would have stopped on 0. But because to the ending value we add +1, so we cannot write 1 over here, we will be writing 0. So 3, 2, 1, it will iterate 3, 2, 1, and every time 1 will be reduced. That's why we have written -1 over here. And every time after each iteration, what would happen to the result, we will be multiplying the base. So suppose if the exponent is 3, so 3 times this result will be multiplied with our base number. So this was our method number 2, that means solution number 2, where we use the for loop. Let's move ahead and see our method number 3. Let's move ahead and see our solution number 3, which is using the power function. For using the power function, again I'm taking the base as, let's say this time I'm just creating the predefined variable. So base as 4 and our power, or we can call it as exponent, is equal to 3. Okay. For using the power function, all we need to do is create a variable. So I'll be creating a variable called as x. X is equals to, we need to write power. In the power, we need to give 2 parameters. Our first parameter would be the base number, and the second parameter would be the exponent number. So whatever is the first parameter, that and the exponent would go as the raised to the power. Okay. So base is, let's say, 4, then 4 raised to the power 3 would be the power. Okay. And this would compute it. So inside this, I'll be writing print the computed value is, I'll put a comma and write x. So if I run it, I'll be getting the computed value is 64 directly, because I have not taken the user input, so it has only directly computed it for me. So power over here takes 2 parameters. First is the base number and second is the exponent number. This was our solution number 3, very simple, that we only need to use the power function. Now let's move ahead to our solution number 4, where you will be using the exponentiation operator. For using the exponentiation, again we need the base number, that is equals to 4, and the exponent number, that is equals to 3. Now what do we need to do over here is, to use the exponentiation method, we have very simple thing that we just need to write over here. You can create a variable as well. Suppose you are creating a variable here, you can write base. For the exponentiation operator, we use double star. Double star means double asterisk symbol over here. Double asterisk symbol denotes the exponentiation. That means base raised to the power exponent. So we'll be writing exponent, and then we will print x. Let's run and see what output we will get. Once we will run it, we'll get the output 64. That means our program is working perfectly fine. So I hope guys all the 4 methods are clear to you. In our first method we used the while loop. In our second method we used the for loop. In our third method we have used the power function. And lastly we have used the exponentiation operator, where we only need to use the asterisk, double asterisk symbol in between, which is our exponentiation operator. So I hope you guys have no doubts and no questions. And for more such interesting programs, stay connected guys. Thank you.